Hi, everybody. Welcome to a Friday of baseball. First game of the season, Saints, at least for us, not first game of the year. For these two teams, they have already faced one another last night. It was a walk-off for the Saints, so the Saints come in with a 1-0 mark. And it is Calhoun, the Warhawks, with a mark that is 0-1, as this one is popped up.
In play.
And at third, the catch is made by Mills. And now we'll go to the leadoff hitter, Morrison. That is Max Morrison. And that voice you heard very briefly.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, though, right?
That's right, Art Gilmore with us. And Mr. Gilmore is learning the tricks of the trade. And it is very tricky if I'm part of the trade.
Sitting here beside the voice of JockJive. Learning from the expert.
Well, I don't know about expert, but, I forgot I need this thing. So I'll pull it over here. It has been a little while since we have done baseball and softball. Well, softball last night, but the season ended, in May, I guess, with the state tournament. So
Saints turned out well last night. Won both of them.
It's a good day for the Saints. That's right. Lady Saints beating Andrew College.
Beautiful day for baseball. It's hard to believe it was snow last week at this time.
All white here, as a matter of fact. Saw pictures that Steve Helms posted on his Facebook page of Crumfoshi Field, and it was a sheet of white.
Yes, it was. Snowban's everywhere.
Well, taking a look at that starting lineup, let's give you who is where at the one spot. Max Morrison leading it off for the Warhawks. In the two-hole is Nick Rigdon. Cooper Phillips batting third. While you've got Bryce Purcell in the fourth spot. That is shot right back up the middle. Fielded it short by Parks. He'll go to first. And there's two away.
Nice play by the shortstop.
So two away. And it is Cooper Phillips that comes to the plate. Five-hitter Jack Bunning in the sixth spot. You'll find Jade Malave. Seven-hitter is Chase Marshall. In the eighth spot, Sam Hogan batting ninth will be J.D. Rojas. As that one is fouled out of play. Taking a look at the Saints defensively, you've got DeValk on the hill. Behind the plate, Morris, the first baseman, Brock. And second, Walsh. Shortstop is Parks. Third baseman, Mills. Stokes in left. Center fielder, Hornsby. And the right fielder is Mosley. And by the way, Mosley at short. And you've got Mills playing in right field. So there is the inaccuracies from Wall. Mosley at short. The right fielder is Mills. With two gone. And there is strike three delivered into the zone to Phillips. And we have taken care of the top part of the first.
ball outside 2-0.
We head to the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. Top part of the inning with 1, 2, 3. Morrison, Rigdon, and Phillips. And it is Davis and Stokes who steps in to start things off for the Saints. I was getting all these lineups jotted into my book. Almost there, not quite, but I can tell you who is in one spot for LBW. Davis and Stokes, the leadoff guy. Tate Morris batting second. Cody Walsh in the 3-hole. Holland Brock bats fourth. Jackson Mills fifth. Connor Fadala is the 6-hitter, 7-guy William Hornsby. And then Parks and Mosley in the 8 and 9 holes.
Good start for the Saints.
With a base runner aboard, compliments of the walk. So Stokes will get on. Saints looking to go 2-0 on the young year. Taking off on a good pitch is Stokes, and that'll go to the screen. Stokes will go to second.
A lot of speed.
And a base runner in scoring position for the Saints. All right, all first and last names in the LBW side of the scorebook. I think I've got the right spots too defensively. And as soon as I get those Warhawk first names in, we'll be good to go.
Very good start.
A little bit outside with a pitch to Tate Morris.
Robert, who's that on the mound?
That is Yorkie Perez.
Perez.
I like the name Yorkie.
I do too.
I wonder if that is a mom and dad name or a nickname.
Oh. Generous call there.
Got the outside part of the plate.
Did. Halfway to first. I think the top of the order for the Saints last night produced. Did really well. Cody Walsh on deck.
Cody Walsh is a Florida boy.
Yes. Your hometown, right?
Yep. Not originally. Adopted hometown.
Adopted hometown. That's like I am with Andalusia.
You're originally from?
The Carolinas.
All right.
Some part.
Just not sure. They won't claim what part
That's
you're
right.
from. A little high with a pitch.
Definitely made Andalusia my home, though. I love it here.
Got a couple of walks and a couple of base runners on for the Saints.
Seen this kid play a lot of high school ball. Good teammate. Gamer.
Talking about Cody Walsh. I want to think he played in the American Legion fall ball with, is it post 70 out of Troy?
I think so. A square to loop the bunt. You don't see that a lot these days in baseball. Infield really tight on the infield. Good pitch.
And the count will go even. One apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody gone. 2 aboard. That'll be lifted foul and out of play.
Robert, I can't tell you how much impressed I am with the campus and the field here. It looks really nice.
It does indeed. They've done a lot of improvements, a lot of
expansion,
padded walls, video boards, you name it.
Yep.
And it's not just athletically here.
No.
At LBW.
That's down at left field.
Catch made over and left by Rigdon. Morris will hold. Walsh is out. 1 away. All right, now maybe I can get comfortable. I've got all, at least I don't have any excuses anyway for All of my blunders.
You don't need any.
They will be excuseless.
Yeah.
I don't guess I need 2 pair of glasses. I'll set that aside. There's your
Thank you, sir.
lineup, and here we go. 1 away, 2 aboard. Highland Brock coming to the plate.
Did Brock get the win in the RBI last night?
And you were going to ask so that I could show I don't know. I was probably halfway between Andalusia and Florella
I understand.
when that walk-off was delivered.
That's down the right field.
Able to twist around and make the catch at first is Purcell.
A lot of foul territory here in LBW. Better known as Crum Foshi Field.
Yep. Long-time lawmaker. I have a feeling he was able to get some funds appropriated.
Yes.
Yep.
It's good.
He was kind of a pre-Seth Hammett lawmaker.
Gotcha.
This area has had some very good lawmakers who have been able to appropriate funding to help, in this particular case, LBW.
Excellent. That ball's hit deep to right field.
And it will sail all the way to the wall, out of the park.
Big 2-out hit.
Jackson Mills. 3 RBI blast. And the Saints will take it early. 3-zip lead.
Big hit. Young man's from Auburn. Oh, a little excitement there in the dugout. Let's see.
Well, Steve Helms was talking about the injuries to his team, and a lot of it was related to pitching. So the way to make up for those injuries.
Yes, it is. Hit the ball.
Yep.
Especially with 2 outs. 2-out hits. Key to win. Key to success.
Connor Fatala followed by William Hornsby. A couple of games today. Duo in the first game that we cover, and it'll be a solo act, or will it be a duo? Will you have a partner for the 4 o'clock game?
I hope so. I hope he shows up. Try to help me out here. Robert has shared all his knowledge.
That's why it didn't take long.
We gathered as much as we could, and hopefully we'll have an exciting game like they did last night. Good pitch. Swing and a miss.
And now we'll go Fadana. And the top of the bottom part of the inning end with a K. Difference for the Saints is they played 3 on the Mills home run and lead it by 3 going to the second. Top of the second gets underway. Calhoun sending Purcell, Bunning, and Malave to the plate. Well, you saw the break board, only 1 hit in the first inning, but
A big one.
yeah, drove in 2 that were on, and of course, coming in as well is Mills. So you can only do 1 better in the home run department.
Hey, Jake comes back to the mound. second inning, he's up 3.
That'll be a little more comfortable than stepping out onto the pump.
Are you familiar with the coaches from Calhoun?
I am not. Calhoun up in the northern part of the state, somewhere around the Decatur area.
They came in yesterday, played a night game last night, first game, and they'll be back on the road. So wish them safe travels.
Now, I believe they're taking on Southern Union next, correct?
And then they travel.
Yep. And then, of course, the nightcap, Southern Union and LBW. So Calhoun is the team that lodged here. I'm assuming Southern Union making the trip down this morning.
Does the conference consider this a round robin or just 3-team day play?
I think it is. I don't know that the conference does. And, of course, if Calhoun and Southern Union play, typically that would be a conference game. But I don't think in this particular case it is.
Because typically that would be just a home-and-home issue, right?
Yep, not a home and neutral. Which in this case for Calhoun and Southern Union, it would be a neutral location. 2-2 pitch to Bryce Purcell. Well, now that I've got everything in the books, maybe I should go through the lineups again just a little more orderly.
Well, you did a fine job a while ago. You kept me straight.
I think I can read my handwriting. As you got to walk, issued to Bryce Purcell. And that'll be the first Warhawk runner. Max Morrison, the leadoff guy. Nick Rigdon batting second. Cooper Phillips third. Bryce Purcell, the 4 guy. Jack Bunning in the 5-hole. Jaden Malavi batting sixth. Chase Marshall seventh. Sam Hogue eighth. And J.D. Rojas ninth. And for LBW, Jake DeVolk on the hill. Behind the plate, Tate Morris. First baseman, Holland Brock. At second, Cody Walsh. Shortstop is Ben Mosley. Third baseman, Connor Fadala. And in the outfield, Davison Stokes in left. Jordan Parks in center. Jackson Mills in right. Yeah, maybe that rewind has set it straight.
And now we can play baseball, right? Now they can play.
A little bit outside with a pitch to Jack Bunning.
Do you find yourself ever keeping up with pitch counts?
I do not.
That's a job. But you know it comes into play early in the season. Not a lot of practice time for either teams. Weather is not played.
What about butterflies for DeVault? I mean, do you have him? He's an experienced, tenured pitcher, but it's the first game of the new year. Do you have some butterflies coming in?
You seen that in softball yesterday, the first inning or two. But the girls really settled down and played well for the Saints.
Jack Bunning, base runner aboard, nobody gone. Top of the second, 7 innings of baseball. Unless, of course, somebody's got a sizable lead after 5.
Is it 10 runs after 5?
It
8
is 10, I believe. 9-inning games, I think it's 10 after 5, 8 after 7.
Okay.
But I don't think we've got an 8-inning mercy rule in a 7-inning game. That'll get Bunning. Bunning, the second K of the game for DeVault. Well, a big thank you to Art, by the way, too. You helped me get the look right from center field.
I really appreciate the opportunity. I can't wait to call the next one. Can only hope to be at a decent standard.
Well, you know, we're just getting started with the new sport of the year. Been calling basketball. And began the softball yesterday, the baseball today. That's what I'm blaming it on. You know, the gremlins that have crept in.
I've got you back.
Low and away with a pitch to Malavi.
I just don't think if I could penciled in a beautiful day, that this would have actually been it right here. This is nice.
Temperature is expected to get around 73 today.
What was first pitch, about 11? They were right on time.
Blowing away. Do have some rain moving in tomorrow, and that's why these games originally slated for Friday.
Change of schedule.
Moved to a Thursday. There is still, for us, one more baseball game on Friday. Everything else has been moved, but that Miami-Dade Coastal South game, at least at the moment, still slated for tomorrow.
That's a foul ball. Will you call that one?
I will not. Kamari Darrington will be on that one. Do have softball this afternoon. Coastal South taking on Pensacola State. Jason Thompson on the call there.
All live on JockJive.
Yep. And from here, I head to Monroeville. Got Bevel State and Coastal North men's basketball tonight. Slow roller foul by Malave.
A man of many trades.
Right. What was that old saying about a jack of all trades and a master of none?
Well, as I told you, there's a lot of quit in me. So, but I sure do appreciate the hospitality here at LBW. All the guys are really supportive. Administration's nice too.
Yep. Steve Helms has been doing this for a little while now.
Yeah, from time to time.
Is this his 34th year?
It's hard to believe. Hall of Fame is not. Got inducted.
Yep. That a shot in the direction of center field, and
off the wall.
It will ricochet off the wall. Jordan Parks retrieves Purcell rounding third, and he will come in to score the Malave double, and Calhoun's on the board. So Malave with an RBI double. And I like that. You've already...
I'm just trying. I'm trying to get my feet wet. You got about 6 hands going at one time.
Putting the score up.
Yeah.
3-1 game. Chase Marshall coming to the plate. I get distracted easily. I was going to look at the current weather conditions. 69 in Andalusia.
Beautiful, beautiful. A little wind to speak of, but it's blowing out.
Let's see. It says winds are at 8, gusting to 14.
Yep.
Owen pitch to Marshall. Into the strike zone, 0-2.
Make you want to hit a golf ball? Or
if I could hit a golf ball. It's kind of like making me want to play piano. Yeah. If I could play piano.
Or sing.
Yeah, or sing.
Or sing.
Some would say or announce. 0-2 pitch, a little bit outside.
Runner's going to move up.
Malave going to third. And the runner that could cut the lead to 1, 90 feet away.
Game has changed a lot. When I was growing up, where the game's played, it's a lot of long ball now. Oh, off the hip.
Off to Falk, and that will travel towards the gap. Coming in from third is Malave, and it's a 3-2 ball game. As Marshall will be credited with a single, DeValk says I'm okay. That is why I would not pitch unless you were allowed to wear armor, and I think if you were allowed to wear armor, you probably couldn't pitch.
When I got 50, they decided to put me on the mound slow pitch softball. I don't think I've ever been so uncomfortable. The ball just jumping off the bats.
So Marshall picking up on RBI. It's a 1-run ball game. Sam Hogue to the plate.
Young man on the mound's from Daphne.
Well, that could be any number of schools then. You've got Bayside Academy. You've got Daphne. And nearby is St. Michael's.
You know the area, don't you?
Do indeed, as that one is dropped into center field. Marshall moves to second as Sam Hogue delivers with a single. And that is back-to-back-to-back base hits.
So after an easy first, a little trouble here in the second.
And it's got Coach Steve Helms making his way to the mound. I have mentioned to Coach before, I would love to mic him up in situations like this. I would like to be able to just kind of pop into the conversation and see what he and DeVault are talking about.
One of the most personable coaches I've ever been around.
Yep.
He is really entertaining at times.
And if you want to
swing, he shoots it pretty straight, too.
Yep. And if you want to get a really enjoyable sideshow, get him and Snead State coach.
Is that right?
Yeah. Get them together. Casey Underwood and Steve Helms could be like a comedy team.
Yeah. He's done it a long time. He's been a lot of success.
J.D. Rojas with a couple of base runners on, tying run in scoring position. Go ahead, run at first here in the top part of the second.
Maybe that's a good trip to the mound. Settle this down. But Calhoun's come out swinging the bats.
Bottom third of the order coming to the plate for the Saints in the bottom of the inning.
A little high.
When you were talking about quality baseball throughout the conference in the ACCC, man, you got some great baseball.
I am learning that.
On the outside part of the plate to Rojas, counting him at 1.
And for the ones that can't pick it up on the internet, the view here, the admission is great. It's great baseball. How better to spend a Thursday morning into afternoon?
And I've mentioned it often that if you fail to go to a junior college event, you might be missing somebody that you are going to be watching on TV later.
Probably more so today than ever because the way the NIL and the transfer portals worked out, a lot of players are coming through the junior college route instead of drafted out of high school.
You know, you got Kimbrell that played for Wallace Hansville. Well, he's made a name for himself in the majors.
Did you say yesterday on the broadcast that Bryce Harper?
He played junior college baseball at Southern Nevada.
Did not know that. I thought he was drafted straight out of high school.
No, he played 1 year. He took his GED, got out of high school early.
Okay.
Then went to Southern Nevada for a year, and then was drafted out of Southern Nevada.
Boy, has he made an impact in baseball.
He was an interesting player. Saw him at the World Series.
Were you impressed?
Yeah. You know, I guess I do so many games. As this is outside, goes to the screen.
Runners will move up.
Marshall to third and Hogue to second. When I got to Colorado to do that World Series that year, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know who Bryce Harper was. I just heard all this talk about this kid. And in the first game, I can't remember who they were playing, but the first game he was very average. And I was like, hey, man, what's the big deal? Game 2, he was very unaverage. I think he had 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 400-something foot shot. Inside pitch, and Rojas walked.
I think he was at a showcase of some sort, and he had 9 at-bats, 8 home runs with a potential walk.
Yep. He was impressive.
That's some people's career.
He played catcher then. Was a catcher at Southern Nevada, and I think played a little first as well.
Right.
But shifted to the outfield for the majors.
Infield in on the corners. Double play depth in the middle. Trying to stop the.
On the outside part of the plate to Max Morrison. Morrison with a fly out to third in the first.
Back to the top.
Nick Rigdon is on deck. But when you go to Grand Junction and you take a look at the program, in the back section of the program, it's got all of the gentlemen who play junior college baseball that have played or are playing at the major league level. And it's just a huge list.
I bet. I would look into that. As they say, educate myself.
Well, and he's not in the majors yet. He is playing professionally, but not too long ago, Gage Miller. As that is sent towards third but foul, was the third baseman for Bishop State. went to play for Alabama, had a great year at Alabama. And now he's in a farm league in the majors. I think was drafted in I'm trying to remember what round, maybe the 3rd or 5th.
We had a couple of local playing minor league ball right now. Cravey and Ethan Wilson.
Now to get out of play. Back this direction.
And we follow them all online and streaming. Great avenue to watch.
Yeah, you can see just about any sports you want to see these days online.
You know, I dreamed of that when I was a young man. I thought, if I just had all the ball games I could choose from.
And now you got it.
Now you got it.
That'll get out of play, too, for Morrison. Good crowd on him. Of course, LBW does draw a good crowd.
They do. The place out in right field, that's usually where I'm at.
I have not watched a game from that spot.
I have really enjoyed the last 5 or 6 years.
1-2 pitch.
Robert, I must admit, I should have been at work, but, at lunchtime you come out and catch a couple of innings.
Yeah, I mean, when baseball's being played, work can wait.
You remember when you go around the neighborhood, you heard the ball hit the bat? You go, oh, wait a minute, there's a game over there. I got to go get a pickup.
Follow the years.
Yes.
1-2 offering Morrison.
Bases loaded, hit dead to center field.
Parks backtracking.
That's a long one.
Can't make the over-the-shoulder catch. Marshall in to score. A hole right behind. And delivering is Morrison.
There comes Steve.
And that is going to do it. Got a couple of base runners aboard. Rojas and Morrison in a 4-3 game. New pitcher. Bit of Hulk stats and the new guy when we return. The new pitcher is a Saraland, Alabama product, Logan Brewer. Jake Duvall working an inning in the third, faces 10. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 4 hits, and thus far 4 runs. But he leaves with a couple of base runners on. Rojas at second, Morrison at first. Nick Rigdon the first that Brewer will face. So the possibility that 2 more could be tacked on for Duvall. Of course, the Saints hoping that doesn't come to fruition. Lanky fella, 6'4". On that bump, right-hander.
From Saraland?
Saraland, Alabama. Boy, you talk about a spot in Alabama that produces a lot of baseball talent.
Athletes.
Yeah, all-around athletes.
All-around athletes.
0-1 pitch to Rigdon. That'll be a base wrap into right field. Rojas putting on the brakes at third. Holds there, and it's all loaded up for Calhoun. Well, a Calhoun team that didn't have a hit in the first has had 5
I know.
Here in the second.
Swinging the bats. They must have slept on that 3-2 loss last night.
Seeking a little revenge. Of course, a long way to go. This game is just in the top of the second. By the way, I don't think we're going to have one of those quick 1 hour 45 to 2 hour 7-inning games. This one is looking like it's going to go.
Double play ball.
There's out 1, and there is out 2 to deny the run, and it will be a 4-run top of inning number 2. We have played 1.5. We go to the bottom part of inning 2. Hornsby, Parks, Mosley, all coming up. Bottom third of the order in the bottom of the second. Saints down by a run. But, hey, they've been in this spot before. They went into the bottom part of the first down by 3.
Yep.
I'm out by 1. By 1. No, by none. Wait a minute. I'm thinking about last night, I guess.
Ball's hitting the gap over his head.
It'll be a base hit for Hornsby.
At least 1.
And he's going to turn it into 2. Stand-up double.
Good start to the second. Ball looks like it's jumping off the bat, ain't it?
It does. Last night was when they were down and came from behind and won.
2 outs, scored 2 at the bottom of the 7th.
I knew it was somewhere back there in the crevices of my brain.
Oh, laid down a bunt.
And it is bunt and foul. Jordan Parks, followed by Ben Mosley. Calhoun a big top part of the second, 5 hits. And those 5 hits produced 4 runs.
Parks from Brantley, Alabama.
You talk about an area that is synonymous with winning ball games.
Yes.
That's Brantley.
It's winning. And it could be girls softball, football, basketball.
Does not matter.
It does not matter.
Produce some professional athletes.
We were fortunate enough to have a Kilcrease that born and raised there, coached at Straughn for a few years. Hated to see him go, but he was going back to Brantley.
And was he the baseball coach? Because there was a Kilcrease that coached baseball at Brantley.
Yep.
Is he still there?
Yep. Well, he is now. He went back. But he coached a little football for us, too. But the whole group is winners. And I think all the kids love playing for them.
You know, I lived out in Florida. We mentioned that earlier, and they beat Brantley this year for the first time in 30 years, I believe.
Florella's got a good basketball team, too, this year.
Outside with a pitch. I was surprised that the goalpost survived that win over Brantley.
Their baseball team last year with Cody Walsh on it, I thought they had a shot. They went deep into the playoffs, maybe lost in the semifinals.
Tyler Zesson does a great job there. Strike delivered on the outside part to Parks. And that is K number 2 for Perez.
This Mosley.
Ben Mosley.
Shortstop.
Top of the order, Davison Stokes to the on-deck circle.
Mosley also from the Fairhope area.
I mentioned Bayside Academy, which is in Daphne. We carry some Bayside Academy baseball. I think we've got about 4 or 5 games this spring, as that will roll its way to the screen and allow Hornsby to take off for third, tying run 90 feet away for the Saints. But they've got a fellow, Teague Broadhead, who is at Southern Miss now, pitching.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to familiarize myself with a lot of it in the next few weeks. But, you know, the batter before this tried to get the bunt down. That would have got the run in. So
still over in third as that is fouled back to the screen by Mosley. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. Davison Stokes. Calhoun, who hit around in the second, will bring the same gentleman to the plate to begin the third, who began the second, Bryce Purcell. Two on pitch.
Ball's hit. That should get the run in.
Deep center field. Morrison makes the catch, tagging Hornsby, and we've got a tie game at 4.
That's the way you execute. Oh, he's appealing.
Appealing that he left early, and the official says no. It was after the
Very
catch.
seldom you get that call.
Yep.
It's kind of like a shot clock or running out.
Davison Stokes walked and scored a run in the first. He was one of the 2 that were aboard when Jackson Mills delivered with that 3-run home run.
With 2 outs.
Bottom of the second in a tie game at 4. Or these first 2 games, Calhoun and LBW, are any indication as to what the season's going to be like.
Going to be exciting.
Yep. Tate Morris next, outside with a pitch. Count evens, 2 each.
Stokes is from Ocean Springs.
Over in Mississippi.
Yes.
Little high, little outside, 3-2.
Work the count. That's really what you want from that leadoff batter.
3-2 pitch from Perez, and he'll strike out Stokes. 2 Ks in the inning for Perez, 3 in the game, but the Saints get a run and tie it at 4. Top of the third gets underway. The guy who started off the second, starting the third, Bryce Purcell, Jack Bunning, and Jaden Malave, 2 up in the inning, 2. A little bit outside with a pitch to Purcell.
What did he do his last time up?
Purcell had a walk issued by DeValk and came in and scored on the single by Malave. Inside pitch from Brewer. Gorgeous new facility. Coming to LBW, a hitting facility. And as we speak, Art's getting
pictures.
A picture, yeah. Picture of a picture. Boy, a good-looking facility.
I'll let the community know I was the architect on that drawing.
Now, is there truth to that, or is that?
No, there's no truth.
Oh, okay.
Back up the middle. Nice play by Walls.
And he'll go to first.
Oh, good dig by the first.
Purcell out on the 4-3. And there is one away.
That's exciting news because I did not know that about the hitting facility.
Talking with the president of LBW who walked into the press box. And, yeah, man, talk about, first of all, a guy who is placing emphasis on athletics, knows the significance of drawing not only athletes but the publicity, getting additional students to the campus.
He is out there in the public, in the spotlight,
and
doing a great job.
Has a history of being very involved with LBW sports. He was a
played ball
baseball player. Yep.
Played ball. For Coach Helms, of course.
Yep. Well, I think hasn't everybody that's played baseball at LBW played for Coach Helms? Another opportunity for Walsh, and he'll make good on this one,
nice
too.
Nice play on the ball. It had a little backspin to it, but a nice play.
And there's 2 gone.
So a good start to the third for Jake.
Jaden Malave coming to the plate.
Oh,
and that one is when he hit Malave. He will go down to first.
You know, they wouldn't let us wear that protecting gear coming up. We had to take it off the elbow.
Now when you go to first, I've seen, especially travel ball, where it's almost like you're changing wardrobe.
Yeah.
Well, and the same is almost true for Malave. He handed a lot of gear to Coach. He needed one of those dollies, to roll out there and
take. He needed 2 bags to bring it to the ballpark with him, and the 3 bats.
Chase Marshall, RBI single in the second. Came in and scored a run as well. Brewer giving a look over to first, and then throws to first, and Malave back safely. By the way, our hearts, thoughts, and prayers out to those who lost their life in that plane versus helicopter collision.
I was watching TV live when they cut to it.
I understand a lot of the United States figure skaters were on that flight.
We actually watched some of that over the weekend. The national team. I don't know if there's any skaters. I know there's a lot of parents and supporting group. But prayers out to all.
Yeah, irregardless whether they were travel skaters, crew, you name it.
And the soldiers that were on the Black Hawk.
Chase Marshall with a base runner at first, 2 gone. Here in the top of the third, fouled out of play.
Were you surprised that they fly so close to the airport?
I was.
Was too. Now they'll fly them over my house down on 55.
Two gone, lead over at first by Malave. Brewer.
Oh, he's going. Good jump, though.
And he'll get in safely with the stolen base.
Third.
Rolls into right field, and that has Malave on his way to third, and he's there safely.
What do you call
I
it?
checked that, though.
Oh, okay, strikeout.
Well, all of that didn't matter.
We
were looking at the base runner, and the hitter was like, hey.
I was lost in the game.
So Marshall strikes out, and Malave got some wind sprints in. We head to the bottom of the third in a 4-4 game. We head to the bottom of the third, and as Morris will start it off for the Saints in a 4-4 game. Walsh and Brock due up in the inning, too. That's the 2, 3, and 4 spots in the order. By the way, a reminder to you watching that would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Trying to get to this week, or maybe this month, as that one is lined to second, and the catch made by Marshall, one away. Trying to get to 5,600 subscribers, trying to grow our community.
Wish you all the best. I think you're on no path.
We appreciate that. Just need more citizens.
Yes.
If we use that analogy. But if you haven't subscribed, please do. You get access to games, shows, interviews, clips, and more. And you have our gratitude, our undying gratitude.
Yes. Please subscribe.
Cody Walsh, followed by Holland Brock. And I think it was Walsh that
What did
had
Cody-
the walk-off last night that produced the win for the Saints. What a way to begin your career at LBW.
I know the family. They are really pulling for him. I got a grandson 4 years behind him that really enjoyed playing ball with him.
As I mentioned, I've had an opportunity to see him play travel ball on the outside part of the plate. I want to think he was at the ALA BCA showcases in the summer, held at Troy. A little bit outside with a pitch.
I think he has a brother coming up right behind him. I don't think he graduated last year.
I'm trying to think of the name right now. Of the brother. Who, by the way, they played in some travel ball tournaments together.
Yep.
3-2 the count. It is full on Walsh.
Perez has really settled down on the mound.
Yeah, gave up that 3-run home run, and that's about it. The double to Hornsby.
Mills was the one that hit the home run.
Had a 3-run shot in the first inning.
And when he hit it, it was no doubter. Right
Shot towards center field. Morrison backtracks a bit, makes the catch, and there's 2 gone. That's got Highland Brock coming to the plate. Brock with a fly out to first in the first. All right, you're into high school baseball. Are you familiar with the name Barry Dean?
Barry Dean.
ALA BCA Executive Director.
I would not. Educate me. Fill me in.
No, I just, he is the gentleman in charge of the organization, which, of course, hosts those all-star events at Troy University. Very involved with the Miracle League and a lot of high school baseball. And the ALA BCA has a few games of the week, one of which will be at Holtzville this year, but also one will be here at LBW. As you got a base ripped by Brock.
I have been exposed to the travel ball, the showcases, the last few years, getting to know the structure that I did not grow up with, Robert. But the kids have a lot of things available, access, exposure. And I can't tell you I did not play travel ball, but it was with my bicycle because I rode from park to park.
Well, I was sitting here I was going to think about poking fun at age when I really realized I think I'm older than you are.
No.
So I just thought I would leave age alone. And
That's ball's gapped.
Yep, right towards right field, and it will roll to the fence. Will the Saints take the lead? Putting on the brakes. Nope, heading home from third. Brock. He's in safely, got underneath the tag.
Good hustle. It took a head first slide, too.
Well, guess who produced the RBI again?
Oh,
Jackson Mills.
On fire. That's 2. He's hit on a button.
So there are 5 runs on the board, and he's driven in 4. Connor Fadala to the plate. William Hornsby to the on-deck circle.
You were speaking about age. I'll share some news with you I heard on the way over here. There's a 69-year-old man that has went to court to declare he is 49 years old. Wait a minute. He said, with all the issues of everybody being not sure of who they are or what they are, he said he wanted to be 49, so his dating app would be more attractive.
And it's popped up. And coming over from center field to make the catch, Max Morrison. Fadala flies out. Mills left on, but it runs in. And the Saints lead it by 1 as we head to the top of the 4th. Top of the fourth gets underway. Sam Holmes starts it. First
down
pitch into left field and trotting down to first, putting on the brakes there. Home. Leadoff single, tying run on for Calhoun. That has got J.D. Rojas coming to the plate. Top of the order, Max Morrison to the on-deck circle. Started our coverage of LBW athletics last night. Andrew College and LBW in a doubleheader, swept by the Saints. 11-4 in the first game, 13-3 in the nightcap. Congratulations to the Lady Saints.
Yeah, the bats were lively.
Possibility of two.
Second, double play.
6-4-3.
Pitcher's best friend.
2 gone and Max Morrison to the plate. Yeah, in both instances, LBW fell behind early in the first inning to Andrew College, but came back, and obviously in dramatic fashion. They win by 7 and 10.
Good start for the season for, she was a Wiggins, probably not now. I knew actually coached her when she was a young girl in basketball.
I'm trying to remember, is it Hadley? Maybe Hadley? I don't know. You know, as I've mentioned previously, I'm not sure what I had for breakfast this morning.
I don't remember having. I think I brought it with me. But, yeah, Katie. Caitlin?
Coach.
The coach.
Yeah. Top of the order, Max Morrison.
And I promise I'll get the names right here shortly.
And the third.
Got it.
And Fadana gets him over at first. Morrison.
Good quick inning.
Into the 5-3. That kind of
Thanks
makes
for
up for that
play.
lengthy second.
Yeah.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's Hornsby Parks and Mosley coming up. Bottom of the fourth, William Hornsby starting it off for Jordan Parks. Ouch. That one hurt.
Good start to the.
Hit batsman down to first. Saints with a base runner on. And that's got Coach coming out of the dugout to go to the bump to have a conversation with Perez. Perez has given up a total of 4 hits, 5 runs. And based on the fact he's got teammates in tow, it looks like his day is done. So Perez hits the first he faces in the fourth, leaves, and we are back with a new pitcher momentarily.
Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
The new pitcher is Jackson Bader. The hitter, Jordan Parks. The base runner at first is Hornsby. And starting pitcher, Yorkie Perez, working 3 innings for Calhoun. Facing 16 Saints, 3 strikeouts, couple of walks, 4 hits. Thus far, 5 runs, 1 hit batsman. And he is responsible for the runner at first. Parks, a strikeout victim. Fan in the second. Coming back to the plate in the 4th. In a 5-4 ball game, Calhoun taking the lead in the second after the Saints had taken the lead in the first. Saints get the lead back after tying the game in the bottom of the second. In the 3rd inning, in safely with a stolen base, that is Hornsby. And a base runner in scoring position. Ben Mosley moving to the on-deck circle. 1-run lead, not comfortable. Saints looking to add more. Bader. And to shut down the Saints. That will hop out of the mitt of Hogue. And the throw to
third baseman.
Third won't get more Hornsby. So when Bader stepped up onto the bump, he had a runner at first. Still got Parks hitting, but that runner's now at third, Hornsby. Just a little bit outside of the walk given to Parks.
Good hustle first.
So a couple of base runners on. Mosley coming to the plate.
See, he's behind the plate today.
Yep, the LBW. No, he's actually at short.
Short.
Morris is the guy behind the plate for the Saints. Scampering back safely at first is Parks.
Him and Walsh counted for a couple of double plays. get LBW out of innings.
Bunt and foul. One in the second and one in the fourth.
One thing about following travel baseball the last 4 or 5 years, bunting is a lost art at times.
Especially at the travel ball level.
Yeah. And that's really when you need to really get confident with it. Who's on the mound for?
This is Jackson Bader.
Bader?
Yep. And I said we don't do a whole lot of high school ball. We actually are doing the South Walton Showdown.
He threw behind him and got him. Yes, he did.
Picked off over in third, trying to get back Hornsby. Stealing second Parks. But at the expense of getting your guy 90 feet away.
That hoe behind the plate for Calhoun. A nice throw.
But we are doing the South Walton Showdown, which last year, man, was such a great tournament at the high school level. They had Douglas Stoneman, which I think was the #1 team in the country at the time there. Some of the top teams in the U.S. are playing. Well, that's happening again this year in March.
Good.
Strike three on the outside part of the plate to Mosley.
I'll try to catch some of that.
So 2 away, Davis and Stokes to the plate. Well, all of a sudden, Bader has found his rhythm. Got motivated after the walk of Parks, the pickoff of Hornsby. Strikes out Mosley, delivers into the strike zone to Stokes. That one just a little bit high.
Oh, hit short in the hole. Nice play by the shortstop.
Backhanded does Rojas. Throw to first, though, won't get Stokes. Parks at third. And the Saints' fourth continues as Tate Morris comes to the plate. That is the 5th hit of the game for the Saints. Morris with a walk and a line out to second.
I think he scored the winning run last night, too.
Outside, Bader with the pitch. By the way, we can put the finishing touches on the Perez numbers because the guy he was responsible for when Bader came in is out. So he will work 3 innings, face 16. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits, 5 runs, and 1 hit batsman.
Morris from Peachtree, Georgia.
A little bit out of Atlanta.
A lot of ball players from up that way. A lot of athletes. Robert, you call very many football games?
Georgia Military College, some Bayside Academy. I think if there's anybody else that we do, as this one is fouled out of play. We handle the SIC football, at least part of them, but that is called by a variety of SIC talent. So I think that's it as far as the actual football I call.
Good stop by the catcher. Kept him in front of him. Still give up the base.
Stokes diving into second. Couple of base runners in scoring position. Sent foul by Morris. Looked, sounded good, but just A little bit foul. All right, who is your compadre for the 4 o'clock ball game?
I call him Coach Kirk.
Coach Kirk.
Kirk's who I refer to him as. Retired Air Force. Helps run the golf course here. Follows the Yankees real heavy. Look
Now, is
forward
he a
to
New
doing
Yorker?
it. Well, he's middle of the country, Iowa, that area.
Goes to the screen. Parks coming in from third. Saints by 2. Stokes 2-3.
Ties it up.
Actually, it's a 6-4 game. Hey, you're not supposed to give to the other team.
I'm learning.
There we go.
I'm learning.
Rip foul by Morris.
Morris trying to leave something for Walsh on deck.
Morris down to first, and you got a couple of base runners aboard on the corners. Cody Walsh coming to the plate.
He's found himself right in the middle of most of it, hasn't he?
Yes, indeed. Opportunity to really push the Saints out. With 2 gone, Cody Walsh, a couple of flyouts, one to left field, one to right field.
Saints got runners on the corners. Calhoun's trying to find a way to get out of this inning with no more damage.
3 pitches outside of the strike zone to Cody Walsh. Holland Brock moving to the on-deck circle. And there's a 4-pitch walk to Walsh. Bases loaded.
Chance to really do some damage here.
Brock with a fly out and a single, 1 for 2 in the game with a run scored. On the outside part of the plate, Brock, Jackson Mills, the RBI producer, moving to the on-deck circle, loaded up with Saints. There's a base ramp. At least one in. Stokes scoring. Here comes Morris.
Cut it off.
He'll score 2. Walsh goes to third.
Runner moves up to second.
Brock with a single that drives in a pair takes second on the little boot around. And Saints add 2 to the lead.
8-4.
So Brock with a pair of RBIs and a single. And Jackson Mills coming to the plate.
Over half the runs with 2 outs. So the Saints have not been fooled.
And Brock single, the second hit of the inning. Three runs in, Stokes, Morris, and Parks in the inning. Low and inside with a pitch to Mills.
Long home run in the first, 3-run shot. Basically has the same situation, 2 outs. Pass ball. We'll get another run in.
Walsh scores, Brock to third. And it becomes a 9-4 St. Lee. Jackson Mills, a homer and a double. 4 RBIs, half of the cycle.
Wouldn't you think with the weather, the way it's been, it's probably worse on the pitchers, getting ready, getting prepared, than the position players?
Talking about leading up to today,
yes.
Yeah, I would think so.
Lost a lot of practice time.
That is dribbled foul over towards first by Mills. And you know, we're only in the latter part of January.
I know.
It could get very cold between now and the mid part of the baseball season.
It's just hard to believe a week ago I was making a snowman.
Popped up. Foul territory. Not able to make the catch.
A lot of foul territory here.
Yep. Purcell was in the vicinity but couldn't bring it in.
Foshee Field.
Did you genuinely make a snowman, or was that kind of just a proverbial?
I did a snow angel.
Snow angel.
It's actually, Susie pushed me out the door into the snow.
And
I
you
was trying
fell.
to get up. I was trying to get up. Another pass ball.
Another run. Brock will score.
Make it 10-4.
And I think Coach has already summons towards the pin that it's time for Bader to go.
This will be the third pitcher. They have another game behind this one, don't
they? They do. At least that's my understanding. Calhoun Southern Union.
Yeah.
Well, it's break again. Got a new pitcher coming in. We'll pause and be back with a new guy and the Bader numbers.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
First pitch, base hit delivered. And William Hornsby will come to the plate. As Fatala moves Mills over to third. And we're back to the guy who started off the inning. And that is William Hornsby. Still 2 gone here in the bottom part of the fourth. Strike delivered on the inside part of the plate. Raiden Presnell relieving Jackson Bader. Bader working 2/3 of an inning. Phase 6, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 2 hits. Oh, 2 pitch. And will travel over towards the screen and allow Mills to score from third. Meanwhile, Fatala will go to second. And it becomes an 11-4 ball game.
All this after 2 outs, too.
Those first 3 runs of the ball game for LBW came after 2 were going. The umpires meeting. It's a little unusual, especially when it is initiated by the plate umpire and you haven't had really a controversy. At least the controversy that we've been aware of.
As much as you've done this, you find yourself meeting umpires, discussing issues, or is it just in passing?
You know, I have to give away all my secrets.
Got him.
Yep. Tagged out going to third was Fidala. And that will put an end to the inning, and I'll come up with an answer for your question when we get to the 5th in 11-4 ball game.
Is that Hogue behind the plate for Cal?
It is indeed.
And he has made 2 nice throws to third. Got runners.
One pitch and 1 out. Nick Rigdon wrapping into the 4-3. And there is 1 away. Cooper Phillips coming to the plate.
Brewer has done a good job coming in. Settled everything down.
After Naval worked an inning and a third. Dropped into center field by Cooper Phillips.
Misplayed a little, but will not give up a base.
Bryce Purcell coming to the plate with a base runner on. Purcell with a walk and a ground out to second. He is 0 for 1 in the game. And has scored a run. An 11-4 Saints lead after a 6-run fourth inning. Safely back at first, Phillips. Jack punting, moving to the on-deck circle.
When does spring training start for the majors?
Have you got like a list of questions he will not know the answer to, and you're just kind of going down the line? Is it?
We watched Jeopardy the other night. We may have got one question correct. The whole show.
I don't know when spring training starts.
I remember I just loved April 1 because I knew the baseball season was going to start. And the major league's not quite as interesting to me as it used to be. I prefer this.
I actually do not get to watch much Major League Baseball.
I know you don't. You do this for the ball's hit. Got the ball in well.
Into right field, back-to-back singles, Phillips and Purcell. A couple of base runners on for the DH, Jack Bunning.
The perfect start Calhoun would want. A couple more hits, maybe try to get back in this. With only 7 outs to play with. Maybe 8.
Bunning with a strikeout and a ground out. Struck out in the second, ground out the second in the third. And that is fouled away by Bunning. But actually, I do not know when spring training begins for the majors. I would assume with the start of the season, the 1st of
Mid-February.
April. Yep, it would be soon.
I seen the weather for next week, first week of February. 75. Here in South Alabama, if you don't like the weather, just wait a day or so.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's still January. So who knows what it will be like by the time we get to the latter part of this month, or heck, the latter part of this week.
All right. Swing and a miss. One, two, one out. Top of 4, 5. Ball's grounded to second. Walsh up over to first. 2 outs.
Going to bring in a run. Phillips scoring. And Purcell winds up at third. Man, you get the hang of it. You're going to have this stuff down.
You'll call me in about a month and go, I made a mistake.
I'm feeling confident.
I hope not. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, nice curveball. Just didn't break enough. Yeah, and I must say the voice of JockJive makes it look really easy, and it's not. There's a lot of things to consider and still share what he sees. Line drive to drop.
Right over the mid of Walsh.
Missed.
Malame delivering with an RBI single. Chase Marshall coming to the plate.
So they're getting runs with 2 outs.
Couple of throws over to first. Malava able to get back safely. Chase Marshall, 1 for 2 in the game, has singled in a run and struck out.
Wind staying steady. It's a light breeze to left center.
On the outside part of the plate to Marshall, Sam Hogue to the on-deck circle. 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Saints when you get to the bottom of the 5th.
Ball back up the middle.
And it'll be a base hit. That'll be the 4th one given up by Brewer in the inning. Couple of base runners on.
Hart's really got that ball in quickly. Almost had to play at second. Have a break in the action. Helms to the mound.
And he may be out to get Brewer.
Well, he's done a fine job.
Came into the ball game in the 2nd inning, has worked it to the 5th. Struggled a little bit here in the 5th, giving up base hits to 4 of the 5 he has faced, at least the 4 of the last 5.
He's not going to make a change.
Sticking with Brewer for the moment to face Sam Hogue. J.D. Rojas to the on-deck circle. Sam Hogue, 2 for 2 in the ball game. He has scored a run. Had a single in the 2nd and 4th. Back to the plate in the 5th.
And what percentage is when a mound visit, the next pitch is a strike? The 0-1. Between short and third.
Into left field.
It's going to hold the runner. Bases are loaded.
Sam Hogue delivering with his 3rd base hit of the ball game. It is the 6th of the inning.
This could be Brewer's last batter he faces. Tough to let him go much longer. And the pitch. All strike on the outside part. Bases are loaded. 11-6. So says the Saints. From the stretch. Another pitch on the outside part. 0-2. Critical pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Elway got the 3rd call strike. with the bases loaded. But Calhoun gets back in this thing, plates 2 runs on
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
And left them loaded.
As we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Back. Bottom of the 5th. Pitch back up the middle, straight center field, and the diving catch is made. Nice play. Out number 1.
Okay.
Robert, 1 pitch, 1 out. Diving play, short, center field. Nice play.
So it has been Mosley coming to the plate with Presnell on the bump. That is ground in the direction of third, but foul, and that will have Mosley putting on the brakes and heading back to the plate. Top of the order, Davis Stokes moving to the on-deck circle. Calhoun in the 6th will have the top of the order. 1, 2, and 3 spots coming to the plate. It's been a good baseball game. Boy,
Yes,
we've done, 3 games thus far, the 2 yesterday in softball. Both were very good, despite the fact that the scores would indicate a little different.
Yes.
But actually, they were closer than the score would indicate. LBW in the softball ball games had 2 big 4th innings. Had a 7-run 4th in the first game, had a 7-run 4th in the second game. You take away the 4th inning, and it's nip and tuck.
I'm very impressed you recall that. That's your.
Well, considering that, I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
You do a good job there. The bottom of the order. Mosley?
Actually, we're to the top of the
Top
order.
of the order.
Bottom of the order on. Check that. That is Mosley. So, was it Hornsby that flew out?
Yes.
And then Parks got on?
That's the way it went.
Top of the order, Davis and Stokes.
Oh, 2
And
by
there's a hit batsman.
So exactly what Calhoun could afford to do, they've done. 2 free passes. And to the top of the order comes the Saints. Stokes playing left field today. Did you get a number on the pitcher for Calhoun?
That is Presnell. Raiden Presnell, number 29. Came in for Bader. Bader worked 2/3 of an inning. And it looks like Presnell may do about the same if this trip is to retrieve him. I don't see anybody coming in yet, though, from the pen. So at the moment, it appears as though Presnell will stay.
Where did you retrieve the roster?
Well, on the Warhawk roster, of course, it's there on the starting lineup. The LBW roster, online.
That's good right there.
Yep. And that starting lineup card, it's got numbers, names for everybody on the roster, in addition to those starters. I like it. I love it.
It sure helps here, doesn't it?
Yep. I want some more of it. Who sang that, by the way?
Well, I printed off the LBW.
Ah. You are way ahead of the game.
No. I'm trying to keep my head above water.
Couple of base runners on. Davis and Stokes to the plate.
Water.
Presnell staying in.
This inning started with a line drive to center field that was made by the center fielder.
Stokes with a walk, a strikeout, and a single. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate.
Goes behind the runner and throws it into right field. Way down in the corner. Now
House throwing down the bullpen. That's going to bring
sure.
it. Parks coming in to score. Mosley.
All the way around to third.
And Stokes at the plate. Turns it into a 12-6 game.
Ball just got away from home behind the plate. Just let it go.
That is, I don't know. I feel like sometimes in baseball there should be even more descriptive terms. That really got away over it first.
Really. Just a bit outside.
Yeah,
right? Just a bit outside.
Kind of a Bob Uecker.
Yes.
We were talking about him earlier off air.
He said the best way to catch a curveball, a knuckleball, was wait till he hit the backstop and go get it.
Yep, let it stop rolling. Stokes giving a walk.
Runners on the corner. One out.
Well, here's the second visit of Presnell, and that does indeed mean the end of the road for pitcher number 3. Got Warhawk number 4 coming in when we return.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
The new pitcher is Ian Lee. Lee facing Tate Morris. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Cody Walsh and Holland Brock due up in the inning 2. Stolen base for Stokes. Got Mosley at 3rd. A single out and 2 runners on.
And the infield comes in.
And if you're wondering about the possibility of a mercy rule, we think it is 10 after 5. But don't worry about it, because we were kind of thinking about a mercy rule after the Saints took that sizable lead after 4. And, of course, Calhoun played it about 2 or 3 runs in the 5th. So I think we're going to be here in the duration.
Yes.
And you may not get your 4 o'clock game underway at 4.
I'm good. Just looking forward to it.
Walk issued to Morris.
Well, with that base open, but now the Heat right in the middle of the order.
And with just single out, if you were the Warhawks, you might feel a little more comfortable if there were 2 gone.
Yeah.
And here's a fellow who has hit it deep twice. Fly out to left and center, Cody Walsh.
Puts a bat on the ball. There it is.
Yeah, that's going to drop in. In to score is Mosley. Stokes coming in.
2.
3 runs in.
All 3.
Bases. Well, 2 will come in. Bases almost cleared on the shot by Walsh. Walsh delivering with 2 RBIs. Had an RBI big one last night and has 2 big ones here. Swing and a miss by Holland Brock. Eight-run lead.
Mills on deck.
Well, we've already learned one thing, and that is that an 8-run lead after 5 doesn't trigger the mercy rule.
That's right.
So as suspected, it's a 10-run lead after 5. Got a couple of base runners on, 1 away. Holland Brock with a fly out to first and a couple of singles.
And this inning started with a nice play from center for the first out.
And there hasn't been one since. 5 runners aboard since that flyout. And now if you're thinking about a mercy rule, I know I mentioned not thinking about it, but if you are, well, that one is lifted to center.
Going to be a tag from third.
Should bring in the run that gets us 1 run closer. So Brock with the sac fly, his 3rd RBI of the game.
Brock does his job. Get that runner in from third.
Walsh at first, a 9-run lead for the Saints. Well, Jackson Mills, I believe that's who was stepping in. Yep. Been pretty prolific at bringing in runs. 4. Homer that drove in 3, a double that drove in 1. And also scored a run.
The one he hit in the first, he got all of it. Dead away right field.
Well, reflecting back on softball for LBW, about Olivia Michael last night. 2 home runs in the nightcap.
Excellent. She's a hometown girl.
Andalusia product.
Yep.
Once a Bulldog, now a Saint.
Yep. Headed to Auburn to be a Tiger.
Walk given to Mills. And that potential game-ending run moved over into scoring position. Connor Fadala. At least it's his spot in the order. Doesn't look like it is Fadala coming to the plate. I think I saw different numbers, not a 1 and a 2.
What number you see?
I think that might be a 38.
39.
39. Oh, hey, I was close. Edward Hall. So Edward Hall pinch hitting for Fadala. Hall, an Enterprise State product, or Enterprise High School product.
Yes. Swing and a miss. And that NCN
Sends us to the 6th. Saints with a 9-run lead.
put 4 on the board.
Top of the order, top of the 6th, Mac Morrison starting it all. Morrison with the fly out to third. A single and a ground out. He is 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs.
Couldn't get the bunt down. 0-1.
New pitcher is Chase Mahler, an Atlanta, Georgia product. So Duvall, Brewer, and Mahler have all been on the hill for the Saints. Lifted foul by Morrison. Rigdon and Phillips due up as well. Softball about to get underway. As a matter of fact, maybe it has. Yep, looks like it has gone live. Pensacola State and Coastal Alabama South softball.
He got a friendly call there.
As Morrison strikes out.
Good pitch. This is Mahler on the mound.
Mahler, yep. Atlanta, Georgia. And Jason Thompson on the call there in Bay Minette for Coastal South and Pensacola State. He'll have the first game only of the doubleheader. because he's got to do some basketball after the fact. Calhoun and Coastal South men's and women's basketball.
I would love to get my hands in that, but I ain't nowhere ready for basketball. That's quick.
Man, you're going to rock and roll in baseball and softball. And
Shall.
before I know it, you'll be saying, hey, can you give me some basketball, badminton, volleyball, soccer, football?
Checkers, same
Yeah.
chess. They play it, we'll call it, right?
That's it. As a matter of fact, in a week, I think, we'll be in North Carolina calling the SAC Swim Championships.
Swim champions.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Got some cross country before February is out for the Gulf South Conference at the Crossplex in Birmingham.
Wow. You make my day sound really simple.
Simple is lovely.
Like simplicity.
Rigdon ground into a 6-3. He singled and he ground into a 4-3.
Fouled.
And there's another K. Rigdon to go along with Morrison. 2 gone for Cooper Phillips.
Good start for the Saints.
Phillips has struck out, hit into a double play and singled, 1 for 3. Bryce Purcell to the on-deck circle.
Just missed. 2-1.
Back this direction and out of play.
Something about the sound of cleats sometimes.
You know what it is.
You know it's baseball, man.
You remember these radio shows where they would give you a sound and you had to try to figure out what the sound was? Cleats, you know. I mean,
You know it.
There's something unique about the sound. And I would assume those unique sounds came from the Bison.
And they will face off with Calhoun next.
That's
correct?
my understanding next. And then, of course, the nightcap, LBW and Southern Union. Walk given to Cooper Phillips. Now, it's my understanding that that's a 4 p.m. start, but again, what are we looking at time-wise? 1:08. The middle game is going to have to go quickly to get that 4 o'clock game started at 4. Fouled away by Bryce Purcell. Calhoun trying to put together some 2-out noise in the top of the 6th.
Most of the runs have been scored with 2 outs on both teams.
One ball, 1 strike, 2 gone. Just a little bit inside.
Robert, what's your opinion of the transfer portal and the NIL changes the last few years?
Okay, that's what number is that on your list of questions I have to answer to?
That was
Is that number 4,
Yeah.
5, 6,
yeah.
10?
That's, good curveball.
Um,
Nice break
you know, I really am not torn or conflicted.
Okay.
I mean, I get
Yeah.
that players should make money. I mean, heck, they're what brings the revenue in. But on the other hand, it sure has
I've always
changed the
felt
complexion of the
if you
sport.
put money into it, it's professional. It's not amateur. So,
Well, it
however-
definitely's got a professional look right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know even at the junior college level, and it's much smaller money, but I know even at the junior college level, there are athletes who've been attracted to
Yep.
facilities because of
Oh,
money.
sure.
There's a strikeout of Purcell.
In the inning, nothing score.
One runner stranded. Not a bad inning for Bowler. Strikes out 3, walks 1, and sends us to the bottom of the 6th.
Soon as we could see it clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly.
Bottom of the 6th gets underway.
Hornsby.
One run would end the ball game and keep us out of the 7th inning.
Hornsby, the DH today. Ball inside. Trying to work the count. That's a full pitch walk. And a good start for the 6th. Parks, the center fielder. Had a good ball game. And the bottom of the order's produced also this year for the Saints.
Ain't got a runner coming in, by the way.
What was it?
That is Brooks Brassfield. Another Fairhope, Alabama product. Boy, Coach must have spent a lot of time
Yeah.
over in Fairhope.
Hit right center. Gonna hang
And
up
floating
for the
over
center
from center is Morrison. Makes the catch. Back first will go Brassfield.
Now Mosley, the shortstop. A couple of double plays turned. It's got the Saints out of a couple innings.
One in the second and one in the fourth inning.
Good take there. Were you surprised Parks didn't try to move that runner to second?
Let's see, that is going to be question number 13. How long is that dang list?
I'm full of it. Because I know nothing, I have to ask questions. So it sparks the conversations. Stokes is on deck. Mosley trying to get that key hit.
But yeah, I think I was a little bit surprised because you know that you have the potential to end the ball game in the bottom of the sixth.
Got to get that runner to second. That done it right
Well,
there.
they got him anyway.
Okay.
Got the walk to
Pitch walk.
Mosley, and that'll move Brassfield over to second. Send us back to the top of the order. Davis and Stokes coming to the plate.
And a trip to the mound.
Ian Lee came into the ballgame for Presnell. Presnell for Bader. Bader for the starter, Perez. And it does look like we're going to get a change.
He's taking the ball.
So, the new guy, when we return to Crumfoshi Field in Andalusia.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching me. Times never seem so good.
Coleman Carter, the new pitcher. Davis and Stokes trying to produce an RBI that ends the ball game here in the bottom of the sixth, with Brassfield, the runner, at second. And the possibility of implementing a mercy rule 2 hours, 21 minutes into the game.
with 1 out. Oh, friendly call.
1 ball, couple of strikes. Stokes with a walk, a strikeout, a single and a walk. Innings 1, 2, 4, and 5. 1-2 pitch. So there's 2 gone.
Pitcher wasn't sure how many outs there were. He was ready to get off the bump there. But he has to face Morris.
Morris with a walk, a line out to second. Walked again in the 4th and 5th. He has 3 walks in his 4 trips to the plate.
Good eye.
A little bit high, a little bit inside with the pitch from Garner. But if there is a 7th inning, Bunning will be the guy who starts it off for Calhoun. Jaden Malave and Chase Marshall due up in the inning, too.
Oh, he hit him. Load the bases.
That's smarted. Which I've never quite understood why it is called smarting. I mean, isn't smart good? That particular pain is not.
No, nothing fun about that. We got a pinch hitter, Brock Herring from Electric.
So Herring batting in the spot where Walsh was previously, with the bases loaded.
Takes the first pitch inside.
So if you get a walk, a hit batsman, an error, or a hit.
Yeah, something to get through the infield.
Outside, big pitch coming from Garner. Man, you do not want to run the count to 3-0 if you're a Garner.
That's right. LBW trying to do what they did last night, walk this thing.
That's way outside. And now if you are Herring, you're sitting on a pitch or two.
And if you're Coach Helms, you gave the take sign.
Herring from Eclectic, Alabama.
Electric.
That's where the Stars fell on Alabama.
Right
Down the middle. I mean, literally, I think there was like meteor showers back in the 1800s.
You know more than I. I just got here in 1990s.
Oh, okay.
But I have heard of that. Another pitch.
He's taking 2. Can't take another. Well, I guess he could.
Yeah.
But
full count. 1 out. Bases loaded. Bottom of 6.
Herring was trying to pick up the RBI with a walk. Let's see if.
Oh.
It might have been outside.
Could have been.
Herring chases, though.
And we go to the 7th.
In a 15-6 game.
you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Robert's doing his best to make me an announcer here. A lot of confidence.
Man, you are getting it as we head to the top of the 7th.
15-6 ball game. Saints trying to shut it down right here. Start 2-0 for the season.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a pinch hitter for bunting. That is Carson Lucier. Got a feeling he might be a Louisiana product.
Could be. Outside.
Last name spelling is Loosier, which would almost be kind of like a Jim Carrey in Pet Detective, Lucier. But I got a feeling it is a Lucier if the guy is from Louisiana. And got a new guy on the hill, too. That's Easton Dean.
He's from Wicksburg.
Popped up.
Shallow left.
And the catch will be made in left field by Stokes. It is my belief that you do not name your child Easton without baseball in mind.
Unless he plays baseball.
Yep. And another pinch hitter coming to the plate. This is Lawson Collier.
They have Dean listed as 6 foot 195, and he's every bit of it.
Wicksburg's got a pretty good baseball program. We did some baseball at Wicksburg for Prime 9, which is one of those travel ball organizations.
Right. Ball's hit left. And through the hole.
Collier with a base hit. 12th one of the game for Calhoun. So a base runner aboard. And pitch hitter number 3 in the 7th inning coming to the plate. This is the spot where Chase Marshall had been previously.
Got ball to Walsh, turns. Got him at second. Got him
And
at first.
got him at first.
Third double play. Way to end the inning.
That was Hunter Howell.
Yes.
Batting into the DP that goes 4-6-3.
For the third double play of the day by the middle infield for the Saints.
And puts it into the ball game.
Way to end it. And they start 2-0 for the season.
2.5 hours.
Nice crowd here. Beautiful day. Have a middle game. Calhoun against Southern Union. And then we'll be back on the air around 4 o'clock. It's the start time with the Saints and Southern Union.
Yep.
The Bisons against the Saints.
So be gentle with Ard. He'll take over. He and his compadre, not captain, but Coach Kirk.
Yeah, yes.
And they will take the reins right about 4 o'clock, but go ahead. And here's an alert. It might be, as a matter of fact, I'm almost certain, it will be later than 4 o'clock when you get that game underway. As you're looking at 1:30, this game would have to wrap in a couple of hours. That could. But got a feeling the 4 o'clock game will start a little bit late.
Well, we will be here. We will do our best, and we will hopefully keep baseball looking and sounding like baseball.
I have complete confidence. There's the numbers. 12 Calhoun hits, 1 error, 6 runs. They got 4 in the second and 2 in the fifth. leaving 6 stranded. LBW, 8 hits, no errors committed. And they will leave a total of 6 on. And split the runs up this way. 3 in the first, 1 in the second and third, 6 in the fourth, and 4 in the fifth.
Well, I will leave this one with the voice of JockJive and let you sign this one off, and I will try to bring it back to the 4 o'clock game.
So we will see you then. You want to watch some softball in between. Jason Thompson on the call as Pensacola State and Coastal South meet as we speak in Bay Minette.
Robert, thanks for the opportunity.
Thank
Enjoyed
you, Art.
it.
LBW bringing you the coverage from a funding perspective. For Art Gilmore, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.